Welcome to Plus Profile number 35. A Plus Profile is when I take a person that's interested in the upcoming MMORPG Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, and I tell a little bit about what they like to do in MMORPGs, and also some of their favorite stories. Today we have Mugz. He is a longtime backer of Pantheon. He got in right after the Kickstarter and has been following the game ever since. So I hope we learn a little bit more about him today. Onward and upward.
Mugz. I used to be Mugwai because when I was naming my character in EverQuest, I was watching Gremlins, and they said the word Mugwai, which is the little creature, so I picked Mugwai. And then over the years, it became Mugz. So if I stick to my usual, a boring human paladin, but I might go outside my comfort zone and rock a Archai wizard. So I'm a huge tabletop Kickstarter junkie. Every board game under the sun, tens of thousands of games just sitting on my shelf not being used. And when I was on Kickstarter, it showed me Pantheon. I'm like, all right, what's this? And I saw Brad, and I saw all the ideas behind it, and I'm like, yeah, this could be what I'm looking for. I'm in. I am a member of the Plus Guild. Alright, so I could say EverQuest like everyone else, because it is, but I feel like everyone says that, so I'm going to go with the second game that sunk its digital fangs into me. This game, from its launch to its first expansion, was amazing. Lord of the Rings Online. The environment... I could say the story, but it was already written, but I still think they did a great job. The systems... I don't feel like that game gets enough credit. So when Project 99 first launched, the blue server, I wanted to be one of the first to hit the level cap. But I wanted to go like hard mode, so I chose a hybrid. I wanted to be the first hybrid to level cap. So as a human paladin, I played for freaking hours on end. And I had a full-time job. And when it was all said and done, I was the first hybrid to hit level cap on that server, and the only person I could legitimately bow to at that point would be a troll Shadow Knight, because I think they have like a 60% EXP penalty. So legitimately, I don't think I've ever done a true difficult raid boss. I mean, there were no difficult raid bosses in EverQuest, classic at least. It was just tank and spanking if you had the right people. But in Lord of the Rings Online, when Mines of Moria came out, they had the Watcher in the Water raid boss. And our guild at the time, No Quarter, I think was the first guild kind of pushing that raid boss. So there were no guides, nothing to look up. And we were doing this tank strategy where the Hunter, the range class, was holding aggro just via DPS. The fight went on so long that my bow broke. But I had thought that the boss transitioned into a phase where he took away my skills. So I'm just shouting into the mic. I'm like, oh, he took away my skills. We ended up winning, and then I realized my bow had just broken. Had to think about this one. Okay, so it is PvE, and I was trying to sell myself on PvP, because I did PvP pretty hardcore in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I mean, I can appreciate a good core PvP, but I start for the PvE and I stay for the PvE. I would honestly, I'd probably enjoy PvP a lot if more often than not it wasn't filled with the get good noob teabaggers. And a lot of times I can just brush it off, but there's those one days where like you just get wrecked and you just don't have the patience. Main for sure. On a long game that's involved. And once again, I'm going to use EverQuest as an example, because it takes a while to build your guy up. In a simpler game like World of Warcraft setting, I have tons of alts just because it's pretty simple to take every class to end game, just to then fill out and know what other classes can do. But I will say that I am a Twinkaholic. I will spend tons of hours camping and money on a character to twink them, and then I may not even play them very far. It's just the gearing them up is the fun part. It's been a while since I played a game where crafting felt rewarding. I like things like that like when you hit the top tier of mastery, that it's something that a few people have, and not just like another thing like getting your rogue to endgame. You know, like I feel like crafting just became another like part of leveling, and everybody hits that end part. And then you could add some diversity by having rare materials, but with everything being instanced, I feel like most rare materials aren't rare. Oh, it's got to be the mini pretzels. They fill the hunger void. They don't drop crumbs everywhere. And then just to like add in a bit of health, you toss in a cup of tea. Oh, you're golden. So 2 things every gamer must have: a legit chair. Mine's a Hayworth office chair. I don't know if you've heard of that brand. It's stupid expensive for no apparent reason, but it's expensive. It's fairly comfortable. And then a good display. I feel like a chair and a good display just can set anything up. And mine's a 32-inch widescreen ultra-wide. I don't. I'm old school boring. Is that acceptable? So with the whole process of Pantheon, I feel like I know a lot of people want this game by like yesterday, but I feel like we should enjoy the ride while we can, because eventually it's going to end. It's just going to be a game. It's going to be a release. People are going to have guides, and this whole discovery part that we're having right now. I know there's a discovery of like when the game launches, but eventually everything goes on the internet and there's things to look up. Right now we get those little bean drops. It makes you feel nice and warm inside. So I think this whole process should just be enjoyed while we still got it. And don't set expectations to an unrealistic level. I'm just going to say October 2023, no day.